Welcome everybody back to the Spurs 9501 podcast. I've got Russell Brown from the Algarve Spurs Supporters Club with us. Welcome, Russell. How are you doing?
Yeah, very good, mate. Yeah, it was better after a win.
Yep, that's right. This is Ray from London. So, Russell, tell us your thoughts about the win today over West Bromwich Albion.
Oh, well, it's hard to tell. Obviously, West Brom are a very poor side. But the good thing is, I actually think it might help us build our confidence. We had more of the ball. We used it better. I thought it was good playing. I mean, it just showed the difference having Lamela and Lucas in there for options for Bale to pass to. So our passing in the field was great. I mean, obviously West Brom sat back and we had a lot of the ball, but I thought we used it a lot better. The movement was there. So therefore, when the movement's there, the options are there. You just have to look at Man City, Liverpool today. Like the movement, the passing, you can only pass if someone moves into space. And I think that's what we get with Lamela and Lucas. So, yeah, very, very happy with that.
So you're saying that Jose's team selection in terms of bringing in Lamela and Moura was justified?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think it's going to be interesting. We've got City, obviously, next week. How bold can he be? Because there's a balance. When you put another holding midfield in there, if we don't keep the ball or use it well enough, then we can't even get it up to Kane and Son. So I'm almost at the point where I would sacrifice the speed of Bergwijn that he normally goes with that as the front three, and rather have a Lamela or someone just who drops in and moves and takes defenders away and moves their players around. Because the amount of times we've watched, like against Brighton, it's so easy to mark us because we just have three up front and then there's nothing there and no movement. So we're very easy to play against. So for me, yeah, I'd rather see a slightly bolder selection against City. Otherwise, it's just going to be hope we hit them on the break like it was in the first game against them. Yeah.
I mean, Lamela's a bit of an enigma, isn't he, really? I mean, he's been with the club for 7 or 8 years now. He's had a lot of promise, but he's always seemed to be injured. Somebody was telling me the amount of injuries he's had over the last 7 years amounts to 2 years off injured, really. So he's had a lot of injuries. I mean, when he plays well, he looks a really decent player, but unfortunately, we don't see it too often. Hopefully, this is the start of something new.
No, exactly. If he could get a good run of injury-free, what I love is his energy. And actually, the biggest surprise always with Lamela is if he gets booked after 60 minutes, which he did today. So normally it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes he's booked.
Yeah, he's booked. I mean, the good thing about Lamela is he will chase back, he will harry, he will make tackles. Yeah. So that was good, Lamela. How do you think Lucas Moura did?
Yeah, he was great. His movement was superb. He used it better today as well, which was good. But he always gives 100%. He's always full of energy. I'm amazed how many balls he wins in the air as well.
He's got a good jump on him. Yeah.
But he sometimes just doesn't score enough, which I guess is what keeps him out of the team. But he's I mean, what a player! It's a squad player, and he doesn't moan. He gets on with it, and he's always ready to give everything when he comes on. So. Yeah, I wish he could start more, but I understand why he doesn't as well.
How did it feel to have the main man back after 10 days out?
Well, that was a big surprise seeing the team sheet. I must admit, and I think everyone was probably a bit nervous of, please not be too early and then make it worse. But he looked pretty strong, looked fit, so obviously he knows his body better than anyone. So yeah, good for him.
He did look fit, didn't he? He didn't look like he was, he went into tackles and all that, which is good news, really.
Yeah, he was full in, so he wasn't pulling out or anything. And yeah, wow, it just makes a difference for Son, doesn't it, when he's on?
Yeah. I mean, as soon as Kane comes back, Son scores, Kane scores. Kane had a few chances, a bit of rustiness there. What about the defence? How do you think Sanchez did? I mean, obviously Dyer was dire against Chelsea, so we had to drop him. But how do you think Sanchez did in the defence?
I don't know, it's hard to tell. Didn't have a lot to do, really, did they? So,
well, I mean, you say that, Russell. But for a couple of really close offside decisions, it could have been 2-2, and then they had another header that Lloris made a good save. So it's all fine margins. If their striker was able to stay on side, could have been different.
Yeah, no, true. I mean, I thought Toby had another great game as well. So, so that's good to see him back, and let's hope Mourinho keeps confidence in him. But yeah, I saw a lot of people saying they prefer Rodon with Toby, but I'm not so sure. I think for these games, sometimes we need the pace of Sanchez.
Yeah, I was going back to say we need pace, don't we?
He just needs concentration, like all the players have done, to be honest, and that's always been our issue.
I think he needs somebody alongside him to coach him, tell him what to do, and it'll help him. Because against City, we're going to need pace because these guys have got Sterling, Foden. These guys have got a lot of pace. So let's see what happens. Any negatives from the performance for you? Anything that you weren't too happy about?
No, not really. We didn't take a few chances that we should have, but no, I thought it was very good. We commanded the ball, moved it quicker, which you have to do against teams that sit back. So that was very encouraging. And not too many negatives, to be honest. Maybe Aurier's injury might be an issue, but actually Doherty looked a bit more confident when he came on. So hopefully that's a good sign. But yeah, I thought the attitude was really good.
I thought Aurier had one of his best games for Spurs, actually. Defence and attack. Maybe hopefully he's all sorted out his problems with Mourinho. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, they look like they got on. There was a big arm around him as he came off. So I don't know. You sometimes wonder. A lot of Mourinho's comments this week have been about how the dressing room's together and how everyone's going to make get on with it, and we're all together and stronger. And you wonder how much of that is Mourinho PR.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus reality, but you can't argue with everyone putting a good performance today. So maybe it is.
My big worry is Ben Davies on the left-hand side. Seeing as Reguilon is on, have we got? What would you put Dennis Cherkin in instead of Davies, or what?
I wouldn't against City, no. But no, the problem with Davies for me as well is he doesn't get forward like he did that one season we had with him. But in the air, he doesn't win hardly anything. And that's a big worry. But yeah, Reguilon gives us so much more, doesn't he, with his pace? And I don't know, is any news on him when he's back?
He's still out for another 2 or 3 weeks, I think, not before the end of February he's going to be back. So I think we're stuck with Ben Davies. So we'll see how it goes. But that's a worry for us, that left-hand side.
Yeah, it's nice to see Dane Scarlett come on as well for 60 seconds. Shows those academy boys that they are being thought of.
Yeah. Would you have brought Gareth Bale or Vinicius on towards, give him 10, 15 minutes run out? Well, the game was won then.
Yeah, I think he thought, like we all did, as you say, they could have scored their 2 goals. And if Bale had come on and not put the work rate in that he needs to, which he hasn't been doing, and we've gone 2-1, then it's a big worry for everyone. Yeah. So I think he did the right thing, put Bergwijn on, a bit of pace, caused him some more problems, and he's going to track back and work hard. So, the Bale thing's just, where does it go? I can't see a way back now, unfortunately.
But do you think, is Mourinho asking anything unreasonable from Gareth Bale? Isn't it what any manager in any Premiership team would ask, or what? Is he asking something unreasonable? What do you think?
Even listening to Glenn Hoddle today on the pre-match, he was saying the same. He's like, he's got to give more. He doesn't deserve the performances he's put in. Unfortunately, he doesn't deserve to get in. So I wouldn't argue with any of that, to be honest.
Yeah. So, any other thoughts from the game? Any other takeaways from your side? And would you keep the same formation for Wednesday against Everton, or would you make any changes?
No, I would keep the same. Yeah, I think we need to get some confidence back on the ball. It's what we've been missing. Get that movement. I don't know what the status on Winks is. Maybe he can come in instead and give us a bit more control on the ball if we don't want to go too attacking. And then you've got Lamela or Lucas as an impact player off the bench. Would be maybe my idea. I think it might be a risk against City to play Lamela and Lucas, but on the other hand, we've got nothing to lose now. Really, we're not going
to win the league. Might as well go for it. But that's against Mourinho's modus operandi. He doesn't do things like that. He doesn't go for things. He just very cautious. Do you think we should? Sissoko should come back in against Everton or not? We missed his presence.
I think he'll probably come in for City, won't he? We'll end up with. I hope he doesn't go back 5 against City. I hope, especially without Reguilon. I hope he goes. He'll probably go Hojbjerg, Sissoko, and then probably Winks. I would have thought. I hope.
Pack the midfield, you mean? Pack the midfield,
yeah. I think it works quite well playing 2 up front for us. Yeah. And just,
how did when we played him at home? What formation did we play then?
I can't remember now.
I think it was 4-2-3-1, wasn't it? With Hojbjerg and Sissoko and 3 behind Harry Kane. So once we've got Kane on the pitch, he can always score. I think if we go ahead, then it's going to be like 90 minutes defending, isn't it?
Yeah, no, exactly. Would you think he'll play Kane from the start on Wednesday? Or
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think he'll play him from the start. He's going big time on the FA Cup, so it's one of him. And he did mention in his press conference he really thinks they can win the Europa League. So I don't know if there must be some really bad teams left in the Europa League if we're favourites of that.
Actually, I've by mistake, or not by mistake, by chance, I watched a bit of Wolfsburg. Actually, they popped up on the TV. I thought, I'll have a little watch of them, and they were against Schalke, I think, and they don't look anything amazing, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Europa second tier competition for a reason. It's second tier clubs, really. So
Exactly.
Before we finish, Russell, what about your prediction for Wednesday then?
It's tough because we're away, but then without fans, it hasn't really meant much this season. So I think we'll win. I do. I think it'll be possibly 1-0 away.
Okay, after extra time or within 90 minutes?
No, in the 90.
Oh, 90, okay, mate. Well, listen, Russell, thanks very much for your time. Great analysis again. Really appreciate that. And you're going to say, come on you Spurs in Portuguese there at the end, like we do with all our...
Força Spurs is what we would say.
Excellent. Thanks, mate. Take care, and we'll speak after the next post-match analysis, yeah?
Yeah, we'll do. All right, mate. Take care.
Bye-bye.